One, thank you for joining me. This is my first Marvel Comics review, so I wanted to start doing that because it's too much going on. It's too much going on in a good way. So I want to talk about the Reign of X, which is a series of events that's happening within Marvel Universe, in particular with the X-Men, overall the mutants. This storyline since House of X has been crazy. Now, one, I've just been totally blown away by the Hellfire Gala. The Hellfire Gala was only basically a cover up for what was really happening. What it is that was really happening was the fact that the X-Men plan was, after they have finished the Ten of Swords storyline, when Apocalypse traded himself, after there was this tournament between the X-Men or selected X-Men or mutants versus these mutants from another world. So you have this mediator between them. It was like, okay, we are going to have a contest. Now you're thinking they're fighting, not necessarily so. They have a array of different obstacles to do. So after it came down to the final obstacle, it was, I think it was Apocalypse versus his wife. Apocalypse won. And the last thing about the Ten of Swords was you had the winner had to trade himself for another mutant on the other side. Apocalypse won his battle, and he says, I trade myself for the mutant island that they are on. So Apocalypse traded himself for all of the mutants, all of the alien mutants. Did not see that coming. Did not see that coming. So there is an entire island of alien mutants that is slowly being worked into the Marvel Universe. Now, the Hellfire Gala has been in progress for quite a long time, because I remember when Emma Frost went to Eric and said, hey, I want you to go to Prince Namor and ask him for this little plot of land. He owes me a favor. I want you to get it for me. So Eric Lanier was like, okay. So he goes to Atlantis and he says, hey, Emma tells me you owe her a favor. She wants this plot of land. Conversate back and forth. They do it. They had to fight this sea monster or what have you, whatever. Okay, after that, they do it. They give the plot of land to Emma Frost. Emma Frost uses the plot out of land to host the Hellfire Gala. The Hellfire Gala is basically all the mutants, her and all her mutant associates, hosting all the superheroes, all of the influential supervillains, all of the interested party in Congress, and the world's heads of states. So you even had celebrities there. Marvel had Method Man there. Marvel also had Eminem there. All of this is happening. Okay. And all of the mutants / X-Men, they have on just extravagant apparel, just all over the place. It's like, wow. I mean, that alone was just entertaining. I mean, Marvel just really went all out for this, man. on like the first night of the Hellfire Gala, they voted to have the new selection of the newest X-Men team. So they had that, and like they did it there. So like it was no preconceived notion on who should be a part of it, whatever, blah blah blah. None of that happening. Okay. What was happening was, as they had their guests, they used one of the portals to go to planet Mars. And as they're there and they're live streaming, they are having to cultivate the planet of Mars with all their various mutant powers. Not just them, they also had some help from the mutants from the island of Krakoa. So the Earth mutants and the Krakoa mutants are putting all their powers together to turn the planet Mars into a habitable planet right before the eyes of the entire universe. It's because they're streaming it. Captain America is watching this and he's like, yo, I don't know if I should be happy or be threatened by this. Because if they can do this to one planet, what else can't they do? And this is why this was such an awesome storyline. It's like, yo, what can you do if we all work together to get a common goal accomplished? I mean, the first thing they had to do was they had to get Iceman to freeze the entire planet of any impurities. They had Storm to get involved to define the weather patterns, whatever, to water the planet. I mean, a planet, not a city, not a town, a planet. Omega level mutants. I mean, it's just going crazy. And all this is happening live. So, as they finish the process and they beautify the process, I mean, this is happening instantaneously. With all their different powers and the reality warping abilities and everything. I mean, it's crazy. After they do this, they say that this is now, the planet Mars is being renamed the planet Krakoa. Dr. Doom comes in and says, so who speaks for y'all? I won't acknowledge y'all as a sovereign entity unless you have a leader. As he's saying this, Storm comes in, lightning crackling and all this thunder and all this other stuff. She says, I speak for planet Krakoa. Now, I'm not sure if I'm clear on this. The planet is now called the planet Sol, S-O-L. So, along with this refurbished planet is no longer called Mars, it's called Sol. It's where the island of alien mutants now can live peacefully. Because they showed a previous clip of Cyclops and Captain America having a conversation. Captain America, being who he is like, okay, should I be concerned the fact that we have millions of alien mutants on our planet that we didn't have before, but we have now? Because this can turn into a real problem really quickly. And Cyclops, I think his response was, just wait to ask me later. And Steve, being Steve, was like, okay, cool. So this is what this was about. So along with this process, on this planet, they have realized they have a metal. A metal that, if it's tampered correctly, It is just as hard as antimanium metal. Now, those who follow the X-Men know that that is what Wolverine is made out of. His skeleton, rather, is made out of antimantium. So they're using this new metal as actually as a form of currency. So they have offered it to every head of state, 100 million tons of it, to every head of state, country, whatever, blah blah blah, and they said to use it as currency. Now, we have plenty to give, because to us, we really don't need it. However, we know all of you will have great use for it. Wakanda was one of the nations that was like, no thank you. Interesting enough, there are two Wakandas now. Not two different Wakandas. It's two Wakanda entities. One that we're used to in Africa, and there is a Wakanda space station where King T'Challa is. Now, with Storm being the head of Soul and T'Challa being the head of the intergalactical entity of Wakanda, it's only a matter of time before we start seeing them butting heads again. So we have that going on. This is crazy. I know to the majority of y'all don't understand anything I just said, but let me tell you, X-Men are once again the center of the Marvel Universe. Because they went from fighting bad guys to how do you build a civilization? And it started with the House of X. The House of X. Where they used the island mutant Krakoa and used him as a place to live. So it has its own country of mutants, that all mutants are welcome to live, evil or good. But they have built a civilization there, which means they have a quiet council, which is their seasonal head of government, meaning they have 4 quadriennials. The first head serves the first three months of the year. The next head serves the next three months. So like, you don't have like one person heading the entire country. You have a total of 12. During that particular season, those 3 who are in power, not saying the other ones don't have say, but you have those three who are in power, and it shifts every 3 months. Amazing. Marvel just took it all to a whole new level. Because they went from fighting bad guys to creating a civilization. We never seen, if you will, a civilization built in Marvel. Now, when Kevin Feige is announcing all of their plans, this is why I believe he said mutants and not X-Men. Because when you say X-Men, that limits them to just superheroes. But when you say mutants, you open yourself up to all the realm of possibilities of what you could do with those storylines. That's why Kevin Feige is who he is. A walking genius. So I just wanted to take a moment and talk about this reign of X, because what has also happened is it has taken us to the fact that we have to deal with the Scarlet Witch, because she's still dealing with stuff from House of M. The House of M came out in 2006, and people still haven't heard about it. So Magneto, who who is, according to recent storylines, is her surrogate father, not her real father. And also, Wanda Maximoff is not a mutant, based on current storylines. See, it's tough, is because you have the MCU, you have Disney Plus, and now you have all these 40, 50, 60 years of comic books that like they got to be consistent in their storyline. So we're getting ready to have the trial of Magneto. The trial of Magneto happens because he was the first, he was the last person to see the Scarlet Witch alive. So naturally, all eyes are coming to him. So stay tuned. Maybe I will pick up some more on where that storyline comes from, because it's all very good stuff. It's all very good stuff. So I just wanted to share a little bit of that, because it's like, yo, people have no idea what Marvel is doing right now. People have no idea, and it's all good stuff. So I like it, so I wanted to share it. So that's where we are right now. Okay, so I will leave it here, and I will catch you next time. All right, bye.